Can you hear me now? Yes or no? Whoa. Oh my gosh, what's going on?
Hello, teacher.
Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yes. Yes.
Hello? Okay, sorry. I don't know what's going on. Is my earphone or something like that? But has been bothering me. Oh, I don't know what's the reason. Okay, so welcome, Paula. This is the first time that I see you, so I would like to know a little bit about yourself. So, would you mind please introducing yourself? Tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from? What do you do for a living?
Yes, teacher. I
How
think I have
are
some
you
internet
studying
issues.
English?
Can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you. Beautiful.
Okay, teacher. My name is Paula Gisette Meneses Clavijo. I'm from Tolima, but I live near to Guatapé in the town El Peñol. Well, in the countryside of El Peñol. I live with my husband and my son. My son is 1 year old. Um, what else? I'm on my 5th semester of Lillet, and I'm
Mhm.
a little bit scared for the next semester. And what else? I'm 26 years old. I'm married, and that's all.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
that I like study. I like study. I'm always learning something or doing something to learn, and I like English because it's interesting for me, and also because this program, for example, offers me the opportunity to learn English and to be teacher because I like to teach and I really good at that. I discovered that when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
That's all.
You are a good teacher.
Sorry, teacher.
How did you discover a teacher?
Teacher, give me a moment. I'm going to change the place where I am because I can't hear you and I think it's my internet. I'm going to move. Okay. I think now is going to be better.
Okay. No worries, that's okay.
Okay. What was you saying, teacher?
Okay. How did you discover that you are a good teacher?
I when I was 6 years old, I was always saying to telling to my mom that I wanted to go to school, that I wanted to
Mhm.
learn, I wanted to be there in the school because it was very close. And then all the things that I learned, I teach to my grandmother. And I was like, if the teacher put me something like the A or the ABC,
Mhm.
or to do
Mhm.
something in the class, I teach to my grandmother. I bought a book and a pen for her, and I teach all that, and was very easy.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. Cool.
Yes, she learned. She didn't know how to sing, and
Mhm.
she's dead, but she learned how to write, and she learned to write her name.
Wow, that's incredible. I got this story. You should
Yes.
write a book or something. How long have you been studying English?
Sorry, teacher?
How long have you been studying English in this university?
I started two years ago.
Okay, and you're starting from zero. I mean, because you have a good level of English, you are able to keep a conversation, which is wow, very good.
Yes, I took some classes, what's the name for that? Basic classes, like to
Oh,
from the basic, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's all. I just asking always to my husband, because my husband is from the United States, but I don't talk to him in English, but I ask him some words if I don't know the meaning or something. How did you say that word, or what it means, or in which sentence, or in which time I should use it, and I don't know, I just get the word.
well, that's cool because you can practice. I mean, every single day. It's every single day.
I don't.
Okay, so yeah.
I was trying to say that my husband is from the United States, but I don't talk with him. Just ask something.
Okay. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, so welcome again to this session. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see now. Yes, yes, teacher.
Okay, give me a second. Let me open this part because I usually use um the word as a board. Okay. So welcome to this session, Alejandro Alvarado. And as you should know, online language community is a space that was created in order to improve our different. We are going to be focused on grammar. So we have a topic for today, which is, but I would like to know if you have any idea about this topic, because I mean, in the since 3 weeks ago, we have been with, so I want to know if you have any idea about it, of because I don't want to like talk to you about future simple in passive voice when you sometimes don't know how is a passive and active voice. So can you please tell me if you have any idea of to do a review with you to be sure about this topic?
About the passive voice and active voice, teacher.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that the action goes before the subject in the passive voice, or in the simple thing, something like that.
Okay. Let's do
The
something.
passive
I'm gonna.
voice. In the passive voice is the
No,
subject.
no worries.
Yeah,
No
something
worries.
like
That's
that.
okay.
It's good.
No. No worries, that's okay. I want to do a review with you because I mean I haven't seen you in the weeks that have been teaching where I thought this topic, and I don't want like teach you something without have the principles or and you'll be like what's going on. So let's start like from the beginning, and then we are going to back to passive voice since you are the only one student, so that's okay, no worries. So let me go back here. Um, about passive and active voice. I think that this is it. Okay. So passive and active voice. So active voice is when we are focused on the subject, and you know that the subject is the person who does the action. Okay, so I'm gonna put an example here. I write let's put in fast a letter. Okay, because there are some different terms. Now let's try to put in this in an easy way. So as you can see, this is a basic sentence. We have the subject, and the subject is the person who does the action, or we have the action here. Putting in purple. And we have the object. In this case was okay. So I wrote a letter. This is a basic and we consider this sentence as a native voice. Why is because we know who is the person who do, and it's in this case who did the action, focus on and the action. But what happened with passive voice? In passive voice, I don't really care who did, who that, who has, which is most important. The object. In this case, the object is okay. So what happened with these objects? This object becomes the subject. I know that it can be sounds weird, but this becomes the this. In this case, was in past written by me. So we have a rule in past voice. In this case, is in let's put in this past. We have a rule which is okay, the verb to be in past, and we have participle or participle. And then we have
sorry, teacher. The participle is was, or is the for example the verb in past. For example, there the participle is written.
It's written. Okay. We have plus verb plus in past participle and plus what is the adjective? The person who did the action. So in this case, the verb to be in past is were. We use was about a person, you know, I was, she was, it was, and were when is plural. Or you were. The past participle, I don't know if you remember that we have two type of verbs, which are regular and irregular verbs. In this case, regular verb. Am I clear until this este punto o
Uh, yes. It's there in that example. I can see that the action, yes. For example, the letter pass to be the first one, and the subject pass to be who does the letter. I think that like after the verb, yes, after the verb.
okay, let's
And
see.
also that we should use the verb to be in past according to the subject. For example, if the subject where he will, where they will be where, or were written by them. And also that we should take into account the verb in past participle, that it changes according to the what's the name for that? You say that regular and irregular verbs, right?
Because you know that a regular we can add ed. So let's see. An example here. Oh look, here we have an earring. We have the simple past and the past participle.
Yes.
Example. We have this example here. The teachers help the new students. In this case, and we have okay. As I told you, we have past, present. In this case, we saw an example in voice in past, and for that verb in case. But in this case, we have the passive voice in present. And what changed here? Okay, the difference is what we don't put the verb to be in past, we put the verb to be in present. And then the verb in past participle. Okay,
Okay.
for that reason, we have here in passive voice, the new student is held by the teacher. So the object, in this case, the word students, becomes the subject. And we put the verb to be in present because in this case, as I told you before, we have different tense, past, present, future, and so on and so on and so on. Okay. I just wanted to do a review about it. And when we use this passive voice, and why it is important to know this rule, because we use passive voice when we don't want to mention the adjunct, when it's so much more important to mention the object. For example, this is so common in news. For example, in some cases, the people don't know, or the person who is giving you the news, you're watching news or listening a radio, I don't know, and sometimes they don't know who was the person who did the action. For example, a bank. Let's put that there was a bank, a picture was stolen, for example. Put this example. A picture was stolen, and so you can hear, for example, this sentence, I don't know, in a news or something like that, and they use passive voice because sometimes they don't have all the information. They don't know who did the action. Was the person who sold the picture? They don't know. And in our case, it's so much more important, in this case, the object, than the person who did the action. And here, as you can see, we keep the same rules. In past, a picture was stolen. This is the object who becomes a subject. We had the verb to be in past, and the verb in past participle. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify this part. I just want to know if you are good and if everything is okay.
Yes, teacher. That example is very helpful for me because I should write like an article about some news for English 5, and I should use this passive voice. And that example, a picture was stolen, is really good for what I need.
No, okay, perfect, good. Okay, so now this is a reading. So now we are talk about, because I was doing like a review. We are going to talk about future, the passive voice in future. Okay. So here we have a short definition. We use the passive voice when the focus is on the action and not who or what is performing the action. And here we have the rule that we had to keep in mind. We have will, be, and past participle. So let's see. Mm, we have, as you should know, we have three types of sentence. We have affirmative, we have interrogative, and we have negative. I forgot to put the negative. But in the affirmative, we have the object, then we have the will, and then we have the be, base form in this way, and then the verb in past participle. When you see verb and three, that's the verb in past participle. So
Ah, okay.
let me see if we have an example here. Okay, something be done by someone in the future. So we have active voice here. We will take the courses to the Cebu. So the horses in this case, let's put the color here. On the subject. We had the bear, the wheel, sorry. B. Let's put another color. It's color hijo, but let's put it. And the verb in past participle. So for that reason, it's really important because I have some student when I was teaching in primary, when the student saw that list, because you know that there is a list of irregular verbs, and they were like, oh, there are a lot of verbs. We had to learn that. Yes, you have to. It's mandatory because, I mean, uh, sometimes we're like, oh, there are a lot of verbs in past participle in chain and blah, 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 blah. But I mean, if you have to keep a conversation or improve your level of English, you have to talk in other, I mean, using different grammar, not only the basic grammar that you know. For that reason, it's really important to know all the just birds. So here we have the horses will be taken to the stable. Okay. And as you can see, they change. Okay, the position of the sentence change when we have the active, and we're trying to change it into a passive voice. The order changes. Okay, so we have here. Will the manager sign the contract tomorrow? Will the manager contract? Okay, in this case, we forgot the.
It's not going to be will the contract be signed? Will be signed the contract tomorrow? No. No, will the contract be signed by the manager tomorrow? Okay. Yes.
Will the contract
I
be
was
signed? Yeah.
Yes, I was reading the examples. The examples.
Okay, will the contract be signed by the manager tomorrow? And the same thing, as you can see, we have, in this case, this is a regular verb. As you can see, we have ed when it's in past participle or in past. Okay. Here. Will the boss give? Yeah.
I was going to say that I saw that the second example is for questions. And when it's negative, for example, how would be an example will be I will not I no yes, I will go tomorrow to the school, and the answer will be I don't know how to say that in negative.
Just change, we change the will into the want or will not. Will be taken.
Okay.
Jersey will not be taken to the service.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so will the boss give me a job? Will I be given? Give a job, but the boss. It can be a bit tricky because obviously when we have in mind like all these order that we have for the subject, and then we have the verb, and then we have the so obviously when we had to change all that things, it can be a little bit tricky or confusing. But while you are practicing, you get to that. Okay,
Yes.
so we have here when we use a passive voice in future. Okay, the agent is unknown, and we don't know who or what is the agent. As I told you, when we were talking in the other presentation, we sometimes or the sentence that I wrote down, sometimes we don't know what's the person did the action. In this case, in the future, sometimes we don't know who will be the person. Okay, and or we don't want to mention. Sometimes we don't want to mention the person. Okay, we use the passive voice to talk about general truth. Okay, the law of physical will soon be altered when we provide this mathematical proof. And obviously, we usually, I mean, this is really when you are talking about science or something that is really, really formal, we use passive voice. It's like if you are going to read a document that is, I mean, is so formal, it's going to appear like a passive voice. Okay.
Okay, yes, on third person.
We can use passive voice if we want to be unclear or vague about the subject. Experiment will be released. That's all that we can say for now. So in this case, it's not clear the information. When we're talking about in the future, it's not like we have a certain information about the person. It's so vague. Result will be achieved. Mistakes should be made. Mistakes. Okay, what else? We use passive voice when the subject is irrelevant. We don't care who or what has caused the action. The oil ring will be built by the end of this month. Can you give me please a second? I'll be right back.
Yes.
Sorry. I mentioned already this. Finish with what I'm done. And
Teacher, I
passive
cannot
voice
hear
in more form. No?
Teacher, sorry, I heard you like if you stop it.
I don't know what's going on.
Teacher?
Can you hear me? Yeah?
Oh, yes, it's better now.
Okay. Okay, and here we use the passive in more formal atmospheres like a thesis or an important piece of writing, especially scientifically speaking. And here we have some conclusion of this. Oh my,
Wait, it's
oh my
I think
gosh,
it's
it's my internet connection.
yes.
Hold on, let me connect. Give me a second. I'm going to try to connect by using the data because maybe my internet connection or something. Paula, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. So, this was another example. Okay, so here we have some sentence. So let's do this. I'm gonna copy and paste, and I'm gonna send it in the chat, and I'm gonna give you the time to do this exercise, okay?
Yes, teacher.
Let me here we have I mean, I'm gonna put here, you can see the rules if you need it. And I'm gonna give you like 7 or 10 minutes. I think that is enough time for you to do those exercises.
Okay, I should put that sentences on passive voice, right?
Yeah, passive voice in future.
In future, okay.
Yeah, that's why I have here. I'm gonna send this in the chat. Let me put rules. Here we have a rule and the other rule.